sorry for my expectations. I'm sorry for my expectations. I'm sorry for my expectations for you. But I hope that you'll be sorry for me too.
Wah, apa kabar semuanya? Salam Jules, shine bright like a diamond. Ketemu lagi sama aku, Aurelia Michelle Nugroho, Director of Agate Podcast Jewels Community Indonesia. Kita udah lama banget nggak ngobrol. Terakhir kali aku moderate something itu udah beberapa bulan yang lalu. So, aku kangen banget ngobrol-ngobrol dengan kalian, ketemu sama narasumber-narasumber dari Jules. Tapi sebelum kita mulai acaranya, aku mau nanya, how are you guys? I hope you're having splendid time. I know it's exam week, tapi gak apa-apa, semangat aja, you got this. Semangat belajarnya, semoga ujian-ujian kalian nilainya memuaskan. Don't forget to be happy, dibawa santai aja. Bagi yang di masa-masa heartbreak or galau, don't focus on the things you lost, but be grateful about what you have. Because happiness is not about getting what you want all the time, but it's about loving what you have and being grateful for it. So, hari ini Angels, Jules kembali ajak kalian seru-seruan bareng dalam dialog interaktif selama kurang lebih 30 menit ke depan dalam Saphire Jewels Achievement. Like always, aku mau jelasin dulu what is Saphire Jewels Achievement bagi yang belum tahu. So, Saphire Jewels Achievement merupakan salah satu program kerja Jules yang senantiasa menghadirkan narasumber remaja putih berprestasi di Indonesia. Di sesi ini, kita bakal ngobrol bareng, sharing pengalaman-pengalaman, serta perjuangan narasumber selama ini hingga menjadi who they are right now. And Jules berharap sekiranya talk show ini kelak menginspirasi Angel semua. And for those of you who don't know, selain Instagram live talk show yang kita lakukan sekarang ini, program kerja interaktif Jules Community ini juga dikemas dalam bentuk podcast, Zoom, and also YouTube Live yang ada di channel Jules Community, yang pastinya akan menampilkan topik menarik dengan narasumber yang sangat inspiratif. Okay, Angels, so in this Saphire Jewels Achievement, Jules mengundang seorang narasumber yang sangat istimewa. Narasumber yang ini selain cantik dan cerdas, dia juga memiliki ambisi dan semangat untuk maju. Di usia yang sangat muda, ia memiliki banyak kegiatan positif dan prestasi yang really inspiring. So this time our guest speaker is a talented singer-songwriter who just released her new single, which we will talk more about later. She now lives in Los Angeles, California in the United States, and is here with us today. So exciting, right? So without any further ado, I know you can't wait to see her. Let us meet Els Hagia. And we'll wait for her to join this live.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Els, you're really late today.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
What time is it there?
It's 5:11 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The dedication. Thank you so much for accepting our invite as a guest speaker here, Saphire.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me.
Okay, Angel, kita mungkin mau kenalan dulu kali ya. Els, can you please introduce yourself? So who is Els Hagia?
Yes, my name is Els Hagia, and I'm a singer-songwriter. As you've mentioned, I just released my my current single. It's called My Expectations, and I'm super excited to talk with you guys.
Thing. Just a little curiosity. What are you busy with these days, you know?
Yes. I'm currently going to launch my singles music video actually this week.
Oh,
Yes.
thing. Can't wait.
It's going to be the 20th, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Oh, so it's tomorrow for us. Oh, and for you
Oh.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
You're
God.
right.
Dang.
Yes.
So like you mentioned before, you are a singer-songwriter. I believe you started at a very young age, right? So I wonder, what pulled you into the music world? Like, how did you know that, okay, this is it. Music is my life. I mean, like, considering that most people in our age, especially, are still very much contemplating on their life choices, like where to go to university and what to study and stuff. So how are you sure about this songwriting career?
Yeah, I think I just picked up and went with the little things that I like. That's how I kind of started. With singing, for sure, I was used to listening to music. My mom and my family, they just kind of played music along, and dan aku suka di situ, like I just enjoyed listening to music, and that's how I knew I wanted to do exactly singing. For writing, I kind of picked up on little things on how I really liked literature. I really liked writing, and so I kind of connected things with music as always. So there you go. That's songwriting for me.
Born in a musical family? Would you say that?
You know, surprisingly, I never grew up with like a musical family, but I had my mom, like, she always like played this music, and the first singer that I listened to was actually Bruno Mars. He
Oh.
played a big inspiration to me. So I guess Bruno Mars was kind of like the reason why I started.
So, Bruno Mars, your inspiration.
Yes.
Other inspiration or like any particular person that made you into singing and songwriting?
Outside of Bruno Mars, I think I really like just Jessie J.
Oh,
Jessie J.
iconic.
Yeah, she plays a big role into more of my singing, and Bruno Mars was kind of more into the songwriting.
I
Yeah.
see. I mean, Bruno Mars has like the best songs, like
Right? He can't go wrong with that.
yeah. Okay, any other hobbies other than singing? I heard you had a history for like dancing, gymnastics, modeling, and acting.
Yes. I did gymnastic, and that's how I kind of started with dancing. So I guess the little things that, like, how I got into things was kind of like catching up on the little things. And then for acting, I just did a series with Salsabila. She's also an Indonesian girl. She's very nice. I just launched my series with her, and I kind of played like the main character with her, and that's the story of us being siblings. Yeah.
So it was shot here or like
Yes.
oh
Yes.
oh
It was in.
okay. When can we see this
Oh,
series?
yeah. It's in Salsa Bila's YouTube channel. It's like a YouTube series.
Oh, so it's out now.
Hmm. It's been out since last year.
Oh, okay. I'll be sure to check on that. Mungkin Angel, um, lihat penasaran boleh banget langsung check it out the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay. So like we all know you have a lot of achievements. I heard that you sempat ditarik sama international talent agency. Was it Gush Cloud, I believe?
Yeah.
It was
Gosh.
sorry,
It was like.
what?
Yes, it was Gosh Cloud. It used to be my talent agency.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. I mean, I know that you started in a young age gitu kan, and to be able to be to be able to be recruited by a talent agency is just amazing. I don't know more than How did that happen though?
So they kind of contacted me through Instagram, and that's how we start connecting everything. But yeah, they were very open to help me and support my music career that time. And I learned a lot from them, and I connected with like a lot of more talents. And yeah, that was pretty cool. A pretty cool experience.
Would you say the talent agency in America is like similar to talent agencies here in Indonesia?
Um, I wouldn't say so. It's like, I guess this is because it's like an international agency. The one in America is like everyone's kind of everywhere, and it's like more of a different goal. But in Indonesia, everyone's like connected, and what we would do is like we would meet almost like every week with everyone in if you were to go to the Indonesian one, which is very cool.
Okay, so there's like significant difference, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say so. And how they approach the music industry is also very different. Yeah.
Okay, so that was experience for you. Any successful past projects you've made with them?
I did some singings with the talents, and then was that? Oh yes, Wekopa. I did some Wekopa early 2019. Sorry, summer 2019, which is August. That was like a world championship of performing arts, so it's more of a competition thing. Yes, but it was in LA.
Oh, that's cool. And you had a collaborative project featuring Silento and Zay Hilfiger.
Yes.
Is that right? I I think the song was Slide.
Yes.
And what else?
Yeah.
That's else.
Yes. So yeah, Slide was with Salento, and um the What Else was with Say Hilfiger.
Was it you reaching them, or was it the other way around, or you like the talent agency helped you on that?
I did duets with them before I met Gush Cloud. And the story with Salento is that I randomly emailed him, and then it was a grace that he actually responded. So yeah, I think we worked out. I was like, hey, we should do something together. And then we just went to the studio and did it together. And the funny story with Say Hilfiger was that I did not expect it, but I just went to a random restaurant in LA, and I met him, and then I cried. I still have the video of me crying when I met him. And I was like, oh my God, you're the guy that wrote that song, right? And I was like, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm like a singer. We should do something too. And then we just made it, I guess. We just worked it out with our managements, which is very cool.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. I think that meeting new people in a restaurant can be very helpful. So if you Angel follows like some random people that's inspiring to you, don't forget to reach out to them.
Yeah.
Siapa tahu, like amazing is your eyes. We never know.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to your singing career. So after Gush Cloud, you decided to leave the hip hop phase,
Yes.
like shift to indie folk music.
Mhm.
Why is that?
I would say it's like I just think it's like a big change. It's not that I never liked what I did when I was in hip hop, but I think it was just like a big change for me that I had to do. And that's kind of like allowing myself more to explore on songwriting, and just to be like, be more authentic on my songwriting, because, throughout the years, you'll eventually change. And I think I love being honest about that, and through my songs.
Okay, what would you say is the biggest difference between like the hip hop genre and your current music genre?
I would say, well, based on what I work on, not because this is just like hip hop, but I would say the culture. That's the first thing. You socialize with a total different person when you're in the hip hop industry versus when you're in the pop industry. Second, I would say that I kind of explored more of the happy side of me when I was in hip hop, and through pop songwriting or folk songwriting, I could explore more on every different emotions I'm facing. So
Okay, so you have like wider access to express yourself.
yeah,
Hmm.
yes.
I mean, like a
Sorry?
songwriter, right? Like to be able to express themselves
Yeah.
through like the music, right? I guess that's what people would always want, rather than just like writing a song for something that, yeah, maybe they don't really like.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about your new single now, My Expectations. I think you just released that a month ago. Is that
Yeah,
right?
February 17th.
So how long did the production take?
The production itself, it took a couple of weeks, just because I really want to be sure on how my songs are gonna be. But writing it itself, it surprisingly took like 20-30 minutes. It was yeah, it was very, very quick. It's very quick for a songwriting process. But yeah, everything went well. It was just the production that took a little while.
Cool. And there's like this one part from the song that goes like, "Was I never the first in your mind, never called on my birthday when I was one to wait for yours at 12." So I think that one hits hard. Um, would you like to spill like the story behind it? Like what
Yeah.
inspired you to write that? Any particular events?
Yeah. Just from like all the songs that I write, I like my songs to be very relatable to people. So most of the time that I like to take stuff from what people are experiencing versus on what I feel. But was I never the first in your mind? Never called on my birthday when I was the one to wait for yours 12. It just shows like the picture of someone not prioritizing you. And if it feels hard, it's the expectations in yourself, like, hey, I'm already staying up at 12 for you on your birthday, like why aren't you calling me on your birthday? So yeah, that's kind of like the story on how people don't prioritize you at times.
I guess some people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Well, I not like if you are, then try listening to the song. I hope it makes you feel better. Do you mind singing part of your song so people know, like?
Sure. I have my guitar with me. Is it okay? Or do you want to do like a lot?
Up to you. Feel comfortable.
Okay. Can you hear the guitar?
Yep. Yes.
Every day I love you even more and more. Was it never enough for you? At least I tried all my life, believing that you'd be the one that I could trust for many, many years. I guess I was wrong. I'm sorry for my expectations. I'm sorry for my expectations. I'm sorry for my expectations for you. But I hope that you'll be sorry for me too. Yay!
That were really good. I got chills. Like live. I really, like. I think it has like a nice melody to it.
Thank you.
Good. So we were just talking about like your current life, right? But I wonder, what is your goal like in the future?
Yes. That's one of my goals in everything, whether it's like songwriting, or as me in as a person. I hope to always bring comfort to people, and that's kind of how I approach. That's kind of like one of my intentions in songwriting, and I just love to bring comfort to people. I hope to understand the misunderstood. So that's kind of like the privilege of songwriting. You kind of just get to explore in every emotions you experience, or get to help people experience and feel the different emotions they might not be feeling.
And would you say that like you would still be a musician later on, or you
Yeah,
see yourself working in other areas?
I would definitely say so. I would definitely stick to music my whole life.
Okay, a little quick question. If you're not doing what you do right now, what would you be doing? Like, what would you be doing if you're not a musician?
If I were not a musician, I would do something in literature. Yeah,
Mm.
I would do something in literature, um, and just creating some stuff. Because I know one of my, like, what I like is literature, and I think if that's a way for me to help people, again, to understand their emotions and bring comfort, that would be one of the ways. Yeah.
Mm. So you like reading books, I
Yeah, I
presume?
do.
Like
Do you?
literature. I don't, but I like making films, so I as well like to make people like feel what they feel and maybe identify their emotions by through film.
Okay, that's so cool.
Thanks. When I
Yeah.
was a student.
Yeah, but yeah, I do read books. I do read a lot of books too.
Um, Talking about like life goals, future, whatever. Do you have like your own support system? Like people that help you throughout your whole life, maybe your like friends and family?
Yeah, I definitely do have a very beautiful and supportive family. They greatly played the family role my whole life. And I'm super blessed and thankful for that. And one of my support system is God. You can come up to him anytime you want,
Course.
and he defines my whole life. But yeah, I also just created this Discord, a Discord chat. It's called a safe space. It's like just to help people explore, um, and if they need a vent or rant or someone to talk to, yeah, I just want to make a safe space for someone. It's a Discord server.
Oh,
It's like a community space too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about like renting and venting. Would you say you had like a low point of your life?
Ooh, a low point of my life. Um, there was, I think, in music, there was the bridge of me transitioning from hip hop to pop, because of course I would have to reopen myself to a whole new world. And at that time, I was like a super, super introvert person. And it was kind of hard for me to like say, like, it's kind of like saying, hi, I'm the new Els. Like, that would be kind of awkward for me to say, right? But I did, I did what I could. I guess staying true to myself was one of the main um, goal that I really wanted to do for myself. And it's really important for me to stay true to myself, because as an artist, I don't want to fake anything, and I really want to be authentic to what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And during your like low point, I guess when you said you were transitioning from like hip hop to indie folk, um, how did you maintain your productiveness? Like, how did you like keep making music, keep being motivated to like continue this path?
Yeah. I guess to keep on being productive, I at that time I knew I had to stay out of my comfort zone. And staying out of my comfort zone meaning I have to prove someone like my new stuff. And I've never been like a person that's like, hey, this is me. Like I don't really like being on the spotlight, to be really honest, but I had to show people like this is what I really want to do and I hope you accept it, because it's not easy for the people that has been listening to my hip hop songs to accept the new Els kind of. um but I think staying true to my intentions and my knowing what I really want to do keeps me productive. Yeah.
Okay, that's a great tip. Thanks very much. And I just wonder if, well, you had this transition, right? And like let's say a change. And research show that some people are like resistant to change. And I mean, of course, like with the internet and everything, people must have like things to say about you. What do you do if especially during that transition phase, how do you deal with people just like, commenting on your new stuff?
Yeah. I definitely do get different opinions. Some people do say like, hey, you're too young to write this song. And I know. And then but some people are very, very supportive, which I'm very grateful for. But some things that stick that helps me stick on what I'm doing is knowing that if what I'm doing is good, if what I'm doing is not hurting anyone, just keep doing it. And yeah, I would probably say so, because that's one of the things that I learned when I kind of knew God. Yeah.
I think that's really so Angels, bagi kalian yang lagi coba sesuatu yang baru, terus mungkin ada beberapa orang yang are against it, as long as you know good, just keep
Yeah.
doing it. Like, don't care about like what other people say, just keep being true to yourself.
Yes,
Just like what she said.
exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna shift a little to the women empowerment topic. So as you know, Jules Community is a youth organization that empowers young women to do what they love. What are your thoughts about women empowerment, and how do you think we should implement it in our daily lives?
I think it plays a big role. Whenever I think of like the woman in my life and how I can like think, hey, these are my girls. It's kind of like you have a new family. If you have like this group of women, and if you support women yourself, it's like you're kind of supporting your own family, because you're a girl yourself, you're a woman yourself, you know? So that's what I would say. I think it's like one of the things you should do in life. It's kind of like sticking to your own family. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with women, I do feel like there's like a strong sisterhood between us.
Yeah.
I went to an all-girls school for 4 years,
Oh,
and that sisterhood, you can really feel it.
yeah.
Like they do anything for you. They
Yeah,
kill for you. It's
exactly.
kind of scary. Amazing.
Yeah, and also as someone that don't do you have siblings? Because if you don't have siblings, and if you guys are angels who don't have siblings, it's so important to like surround yourself with supportive women. It's kind of like a little sister. They can play like a little sister role or like a big sister role. Yeah.
And do you have any like some, do you have like someone, particularly women, like that inspired you throughout your life?
I would say my mom. She's very, she's we used to be like super opposite in a good way, like where she's like the extroverted super brave person, and I kind of like that. It really inspired me a lot. um but if you meet her, she's the most outstanding person in the crowd, and she's super brave. She knows what she's doing, and that's super, super powerful in her family too. Yeah.
That's nice to hear. Is your mom there with you right now?
She is, but she's in the other room. Do you want me to bring her?
Oh well, up to you, but I just want to say that
Oh yeah,
your mom raised a great human being.
Aww. Thank you.
So like during our live previous lives with Jules, kita tuh membawa tema Kartini masa kini. I just want to ask, what can you do as like Kartini masa sekarang, and like in order to continue her perjuangan, for like women emancipation.
Kartini, she's a super brave woman. She speaks for what's right, and I really look up to that too. But I feel like staying true to yourself is just like the main point that I grabbed from Kartini, and fighting for what's right for you. It is a big risk to be yourself in the world right now, but someone will appreciate you for being super honest, and I think that's one of the things that I also grabbed from my mom. She's super fun, and she's super honest about what she thinks is right, and I think that's super important for women to also fight for that. Yeah,
maybe you should write a song about being true to yourself. I think you really that moral.
Yeah, maybe I should. You just gave me an inspiration.
You're welcome. Okay, another quick question. If you can turn time, what would you do? What would you change?
Like about the past or the future? The past, right? The past.
Yeah.
Anything I would change?
Or you can just say you don't want to change everything because you like how your life turned out right now.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't change anything, because I'm a big believer on that everything happens because they just do. Everything happens for a reason. That's what I meant. But yeah, I'm a big believer of that. So even if it's like those mistakes that you do in life, those little and big mistakes, and those little and big achievements in your life, they do make a great impact. And maybe if you're not proud of who you are in the present, you still can change something about it. There's nothing to regret.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay. That's basically like, well, not the end, but that's all the questions Jules wanted to ask. But I do have some questions from myself, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
But before that, were you like raised in the US your whole life, or did you like move?
I moved, but I moved in a very young age. I think third grade.
Third grade. Okay. Yeah. How do you deal with the culture shock there?
Oh, it was super hard. I think the first 1 or 2 years, the first thing, to be so honest, the first thing that I had to actually adapt is the food.
Oh.
Like, I'm not trying to be deep or anything, but it's the food that I had to actually adapt. And then the second one, it's I guess the language, because English is not my first language, but a lot of people actually treated me differently because of that. But I guess that was all. Yeah. And I kind of just had to adapt like how they interact and how the environment is.
Okay. Do you have like any tips for like us teenagers who, well, I'm starting university next year, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of people here are too. Do you have any tips on how to adapt to a new environment, especially with like language barriers?
Language barriers. I would say you can learn them. You can learn them, but you can also like approach them in your own way, You don't really have to kind of like copy and paste every single person that fits in. But I would say just like, it's kind of like you're making a friend. Like, make this environment your friend. Like, it's your new home. Like, you're just kind of like learning a new person. So I would say that's all.
Okay. It's very scary. And
Yeah.
regarding the food, well, I personally don't like truly understand, but I have a sister who just moved to Boston, and she did say like, "Oh my God, I miss Indonesian food
Right?
because the food here is so like just bland." Do you
Yeah.
visit Indonesia often?
I
Like, eat food here?
I do. I go back a lot. I go back and forth, but I haven't been back for like a year. Um, but yeah, it's kind of surprising talking about food. It's kind of surprising how the Indonesian foods are actually everywhere here.
Oh,
Once you're actually, this is why like it's kind of like you're learning about a friend. Once you actually know about your environment, you'll find everything you're looking for.
like
Yeah.
overpriced here?
Is it overpriced? Kind of, I would say so.
And like, would you say the taste is similar, or like it's better here?
It's like 90% similar.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
interesting.
It's super good.
I kind of want to try. Like when I do get to Los Angeles, I would want to find an Indonesian restaurant and try to eat there.
You should.
See how it tastes. Um, I'm pretty sure there's no gultik there. Do you know what it is?
Sorry, what was that?
Gultik.
Oh, what is that?
It's like an Indonesian food. I just learned about this like a month ago as well, after like 17 years of living. Basically, it's like kayak ada nasi, and then there's like daging and like gulai.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's really, really good, surprisingly. Like I
Oh,
never, but then like my friend took me to eat it and try it. It was so good. So next time you come here, you should try that.
we'll try it. Oh, wow. I've never heard of that.
So that's basically all my questions. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah.
Before we close it off, do you have any message you want to give to the angels that are watching right now?
Any message? I've said this like 100 times in this interview, but be yourself. I think stay true to yourself, because honestly, I've talked to a lot of people, and it's kind of hard for them to like be themselves in this world right now, and that's why I kind of tell you guys that it's so much risk to be yourself in this world right now. But that's how you kind of just live. That's how you impact people over the years, is to be yourself, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do agree.
Yeah.
Not like don't be someone else. Just do whatever you're comfortable with, and yeah, be yourself.
Yay.
Wait for next single on that topic.
What was that?
I will wait for your next single on that topic.
Oh, yes, I will. I will write that.
Once again, so much for participating. Thank you for waking up very early in the morning and joining us here.
Of course.
The dedication is just mwah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck. Semoga sukses terus sebagai singer and songwriter in America. Semoga all your goals tercapai. Keep being an inspiration for people, especially like women, teenage women in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Semoga Angels di sini juga bisa terinspirasi and motivated dengan semangat serta prestasi from Els yang udah disampaikan hari ini di talk show. I guess you angels can wait for Els's next exciting project.
Yes.
And tomorrow, her music video is tomorrow. What time?
I don't have the time yet, but it'll be the 20th LA time actually. So it'll be your 21st.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
It's still Sunday. But
yeah.
Wait. Thank you so much, Jules. Have a good
Michelle. Thank you, Jules. Bye, angels.
Bye. Okay, so that concludes our talk show for tonight. I'd say it's a really great conversation. I think Els adalah seorang yang cukup unik. Like she always say, be true to yourself, and I think that's That's a very important moral to hold. And Angel, seperti yang udah kita sampaikan di like all of our events, just a quick reminder here: you are free, you are powerful, you are good, you are loved, you have value, you have a purpose, all is well. Jangan biarkan diri kamu terbelenggu dan terjebak oleh rasa insecure, because kamu bebas, kamu kuat, kamu hebat, kamu yang terbaik, kamu dikelilingi oleh orang-orang yang menyayangimu, kamu memiliki nilai, kamu harus memiliki tujuan hidup, dan yakinlah semuanya akan baik-baik saja. And again, kalau kata Els, be true to yourself. So thank you very much, Angels, udah mau berpartisipasi dan nonton live hari ini. Semoga live ini bermanfaat dan memberi inspirasi untuk Angels semua. Tunggu kan talk show selanjutnya dengan guest speaker lain yang pastinya nggak kalah hebat dan inspiratif. We will keep updating you on like fun events, etc. But for now, aku mau pamit dulu. So, aku Aurelia Michelle Nugroho, Director of Agatha Podcast Jewels Indonesia, pamit undur diri. Sampai jumpa. Salam Jules, shine bright like a diamond. Bye!